Well, let's talk about this Women of Integrity Summit and how you got to pick out who you, first of all, you would have to tell us in your context of integrity, what integrity meant for you or what it means for you before you were able to identify women you call women of integrity.
Okay, yeah, thank you very much. You know, one good thing about our program, they are always timely. And these are not just programs we bring ourselves. These are things God will tell us, do this, you understand? When we did African Elite Award, we believe a lot of people are jackbarring. So I said, let's celebrate Africa. Let people know what we have. And it was timely event. When we did Kingship and Leadership Summit, you know, our kings are not respected. And funny enough, coincidentally, that was when they were having the issue. The day of our program was that period where it was hot, when they are having this issue of Kano, two kings and all that.
The Emir.
So now, women of integrity, I sat there and asked myself, women of integrity, when we were growing up, how were we raised? I think I'm a product of good model. I had a woman of integrity that nurtured me. That was my late mother.
Right.
Yes. It put some values in me. Those are the things that are helping me today, that shaping me today. That's, you know, I have a lot of female friends. I could manage them all because of that integrity. Someone taught me that value.
Right.
How to respect, how to love. But these days, what do we have? Do we still have that woman of integrity? That's the reason for this event. So if you now see the theme, we said the roles of mothers in a girl-child decency and morality in modern day civilization. I tell people, civilization, who does it affect more? Is it the male gender or the female gender? Let's be serious. Let's be realistic. It's the female gender. Look at me. Look at the way I'm dressing. We still understand that you hardly see a man on the street with boxer. Even
or anything so exposing.
That's it. We still, despite that we don't have anything to hide.
Right.
But what do we see these days with women? You hardly see women that wear pants. They're like braless. They were, you know,
badly dressed.
You understand?
Almost on
dressing without pants.
Right.
You know, all those short, skimpy things. And women they are really fragile. These are people we should respect in the society. So I was like, is it the civilization that takes all the values, the integrity? And I tell you, the real integrity starts from your dressing. When you tell me you have integrity, what can you don't need to spell it to me. The first thing I see is how you look. Look at the way you are well dressed.
Okay,
I can see a decent woman.
I didn't know I was going to be on the spotlight right now. But what do you think got us here? Because I remember I see outfits today that young people wear, and I'm like, my father will not even let us dress like this in the compound, within my home, and it's becoming something that people take to the mall. Where did we get here that our morals have become so depleted and foreign cultures are?
I think one of the reasons why we are here, when you don't train your child, they will train it for you. Social media will help you to train a child. People only give birth to children they can't train. Not just money, not just resources you need in training a child. Do you have the culture, the values, what it takes? Do you have the time? What role are you playing in the life of the child? You know, these days people send their secondary school children out of Nigeria to go and study abroad. I don't have issue. I don't have issue you sending.
But it should be an issue because that's the commitment time.
I don't have issue that you are sending your children to abroad. Is your wife going with them? It just like, you said they are fine, boarding, secondary school, university. What happened?
Who shapes the moral?
Who shapes the moral? Who look after the children? Who teaches them? Even the one that are in Nigeria. From morning till night, a guy is busy. Even madam, they're supposed to, everybody is not just there. We are looking for money. We are looking for what does not. These are the things that got lost. That is the reason why the country itself, people are not, we have unbaked children these days. We are not even producing leaders. Let's be sincere to each other. Even leaders is even too far. You're not even producing a normal human being these days.
A normal human
Yes,
being.
not to talk of leaders. Those are the things we need to look into. That's the reason why we have women of integrity. Let's talk about integrity. Let's talk about moral. What does it take? Even in the world that things are worse, people still appreciate people with integrity. And integrity of dressing is one aspect of integrity. Do you have financial integrity? That's another thing. Now, these days, you see a woman that works a place, it will tell you 50. No, women are even worse than men. Sorry. They'll tell you, please, at the job, I'm introducing you to this person, you have to give me 50%. They want to take 50% of your whole. Is that integrity? Is that your definition of integrity? Where do we put it? So these are the things we need to talk about.
And this is what some of the conversations that will happen during this. But I'm very interested in this theme that you have right here, the roles of mothers in a girl-child decency and morality in modern days civilization.
Yes.
That's a wonderful way to phrase it. So is it going to be like we've heard before, we've gathered women before? These are women who go to church. These are women who still go to mosque. These are women who have traditional, I mean, all the religions you can think of that is inherent in Nigeria frowns against immorality, and yet it's thriving. So what are you going to do different? I mean, you are gathering women, you want to talk about integrity, you want to talk about decency and morality. They often probably hear it in churches and mosques and all that. What are you doing different?
Okay, thank you very much. This program is beyond just gathering women. We have a lot of programs. Most of the program we have, you can hear Africa women something. But this one stated it. Not for everybody. So before even coming, you need to ask yourself, do I have that integrity? This is a message for everyone.
You're talking about how some of us can be in denial. You're like, oh yes, whatever I am doing, I am a feminist. I can do whatever I want. It's my world, it's my body,
the problem we have with these days.
Exactly.
The problem.
We're in denial of a lot of things.
The problem is this. When you don't name it, you can't tame it. Why do I say so? You need to name it. People, for example, now, people hide sin. You can't tame it when you don't name it. They're like, my weakness. They're like, you're drinking, you're saying it's my weakness. You don't call it a sin. You're like, you're womanizing, is one of the weakness. Name it, call it a name. When you call it a name, you can tame it. So what are you telling me is your word? It's not your word. It's beyond your word. A lot of people are watching you. Do it right. Those are the things we should be doing now. Not because of you. If you want to fail because of you, no problem. But a lot of people that you will take into that space. That's why I used to tell myself, I can't afford to fail my generation. Not even me. It's too late for me to be poor. There's some things that cannot happen to me again. Because not just about me. Because I'm modeling a lot of people. If I fail,
a generation fails.
That's it.
And this is you being a man. Women, it's worse for women because you can't help it. You're a mother. People children are coming up looking.
There's some things I can't do, not because I feel like doing, but I can't. Because the people are watching me. They are seeing me as model. So it's not just about me. It will take a lot of people to where they are not supposed to be. And God will ask you. So that's why we should, at this period, this is not the time we should package things. Let's say the way it is. You understand? Fine. There's been a lot of programs, women's programs, but this is a bit different. Because at this program, we're going to be talking about women of integrity. What are the value of women of integrity? What are the advantages? What are the things? What are the core values? And you also, on that day, we call it an honorary ambassador award. Those women that has those values, we need to appreciate them. Because we're in a world that is changing. So when I see people that they dress in a decent way, I love them, I value them. Those people, when I see people with integrity, I was in a meeting a few days, Abuja now, when you want to do something like, the first thing they talk about, they don't even know if it's productive, they'll tell you what's the percentage.
Yeah, really?
So I was talking with, I don't want to mention her name, and I'm so, in fact, I was shocked when I was like, don't worry, we're going to give you a good percentage. Say, no, Kings, I'm not doing this
Spell it
because
out.
of percentage. He said, no, I love what you're doing. It's a shame on us. This is what we should be doing. If someone like you is doing this, so I should support. If I was like, wow, so I still have someone like me that thinks the way I think. I tell you, I'm able to be questionable, please. Everybody, someone should tell me, have I ever collected percentage before in anything? Maybe I introduce you to something, a business. I don't.
But it's that, I mean, people are making a lot of money from that, and it's legitimate.
Yes,
you know what, but it's a kind of business is what I'm saying.
It's a kind of business in two ways.
At what point, yes.
In two ways.
I mean,
for example, now you are my friend,
right,
and you need a contact from me, and I should be telling you, you have to give me a percentage. No. Friendship is different from, if I don't know you from anywhere, we just want to do business. That's different. We should be able to spell it.
Okay, so you think this generation is becoming too
wild?
Right.
You want to make something of your friend, not even something. So there's some things, these are the things we should be. A friendship relationship should be friendship relationship.
Right.
Do you know a lot of people God has used me for? Rich, poor. Those are when people tell me I have a lot of net, I'll just laugh. Do you know what I do? Can you do what I do? I cannot sacrifice. When people tell me, I say, no, anything you want to give me, please give it to that person. That's it.
Well, Dr. Kings, it's time to go for a very short break. There's still so much to discuss. I hope we have time. We'll also unveil the time, date, and what this conference or summit is all about. We'll tell you all about it and how you can participate. We'll also talk about cultural influences affecting women and integrity, economic pressures, and so much more. So stay tuned. We'll go for a short break and return to discuss more.